delicious Singapore hawker food at Ayer Rajah Food Centre. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today we are back at Ayer Rajah Food Centre to try more delicious good food like this mee kuah with a reddish, super red sauce soup stock, and also some Hokkien Mee, some Hokkien Prawn Mee, and a localized donburi. Yes, a localized donburi. Some delicious soup, traditional Chinese herbal soup or normal soup, Chinese soup, and a drink. So join me as I eat my way through Ayer Rajah Food Centre, because our last visit wasn't enough to cover all the good food here. So join me this time as I cover the remainder of the good food here at this food centre, which will come up after the intro. Welcome back! We are heading back to Ayer Rajah Food Centre to try more of the delicious good food that we can find here. And if you remember, during our last visit here, I told you at this food centre there's a huge variety of Malay halal foods that you can eat, and we're going to try some more in this video, and also some other stuff that you can eat here at this food centre, which is Ayer Rajah Food Centre. And in our last video, we were at this shop here, which had this tagline, probably the best biryani in Singapore. So we didn't try the biryani at this shop here, which is called Firdaus Prata and Biryani House, but they did a very good prata. So I decided, hey, why not we go and try the biryani too? So I actually ordered their biryani, a mutton biryani, for takeaway. It cost me $5.50, and the first thing is the thing that when you first, even before you open the packet, you are hit with the aroma of spices and curry, and once you open it, boom, you get the full assault of the scent, the smell from this biryani. First of all, the biryani, the rice itself is very fragrant. The rice done well and super fragrant and seasoned really well. Then we have the mutton. The mutton also is super tender, very good. And the rice and the mutton, both of them seasoned well, flavorful, delicious, tender, goes well in your mouth. And you also have the curry, which I will pour all over it. Let's see this. And this curry itself is also good, and it brings the whole dish together into one whole meal, brings all the ingredients together, and look at that, and makes it a nice gooey mess, but a delicious gooey curry, delicious, yummy, totally worth it. For $5.50, this mutton curry is totally worth it and totally delicious. As I was walking around, I bumped into this stall called Chap. And this is a very interesting stall because it sells localized donburi. Yes, localized donburi. The first bowl I ordered from this stall is called the karaage chicken with a tonkatsu mayo sauce. This dish cost me $4.90. And you have chicken, you have an onsen egg, you have some vegetables, you have some cherry tomato and rice. And then you also have this crispy thing on top there, which I think is like a deep fried wonton skin together with some soup, some miso soup. So First thing is the chicken. The chicken itself is well seasoned and well fried. It's crispy and juicy. And what's really good here is they pour on it a nice thick flavorful sauce. It's a mayo sauce, but it's a mayo sauce with some additional ingredients in it that makes it super delicious. And then you also have this onsen egg here, which, look at that, done very well. The rice just normal rice, but what do you expect for $4.90? But what's really good here is the mayo sauce, which is really delicious, and is the highlight of the whole dish. And I went back again another time, and this time I ordered something else from the menu. It's called the black sweet vinegar pork belly. Cost me $5.80. And what they try to do here is something different. Is they try to replicate the, this Chinese dish called the pig trotter in vinegar sauce, the black vinegar. Yeah, so they try to replicate that dish into this dish. So what they did was the sauce, they actually successfully replicate the dish in the sauce. So the sauce is sour, vinegary sour, and then savory, and then goes very well with the rice, and it coats the pork belly. But the issue here is the pork belly was actually cooked separately from the sauce, so there's no penetration of the seasoning of the sauce into the meat. But like the onsen egg done well, the vegetable is okay, the rice is normal, but the sauce is really good. But if you do come to this store here, I would suggest you to try the first dish. The first dish is a much more balanced dish, a much more delicious dish, and I really prefer the first dish much better to this dish. This dish is still, I felt that still needs a lot of work. And nearby, there's this shop here called Rahmat Toh, and it says they are the original West Coast pineapple drink stall. And what I ordered from this stall is the pineapple drink. It's a very nice fruity drink. It's actually a syrup, very syrupy, okay, and you also have chunks of pineapple at the bottom. So this drink actually tastes sweet, a bit too sweet, but it tastes like when you bite into a sweet overripe pineapple, but then in drink form. It's overly sweet, but it's still a bit refreshing and good for a hot, humid weather. Up next, we are at this shop called Fried Hokkien Prawn Mee, and we are of course going to have some Hokkien Prawn Mee. This is the menu of the items they sell and the prices. So I actually ordered two items from here. I ordered the Hokkien Prawn Mee and also the fried oyster. And this is the Hokkien Prawn Mee. This dish cost me $4. And as you can look at the dish itself, you can see that it's more of the wet type, very wet, a lot of soup or broth at the bottom of the plate. Let's start off first of all with the broth. It's a very good seafood broth, very well done, very delicious, very flavorful, but the broth does have a very strong noodle taste to the broth and also a chive aftertaste. It's nice and wet, and when you eat it up, you slurp it up very nicely, very delicious. Then you have some lime. This lime helps you to cut through the noodle taste, so you can taste more of the taste of the seafood in the broth. Then you add the sambal. The sambal here does add a bit of spiciness, but mostly it adds in a bit of too much sweetness to the dish. I would have preferred it without the sambal. Next up is this fried oyster, which cost me $5. There's a few big oysters here and there, lots of egg, but quite ordinary, quite average. The oyster omelette isn't super crispy like I prefer it, but there's lots of chives. There's egg, there's also potato starch, everything is in here. And when you dip it into the chili sauce, it's quite nice. But overall, this fried oyster is quite average, quite ordinary. This would just be a compliment. If you order this dish, it's just to accompany your fried Hokkien Mee, nothing to really shout or say that very unique about this dish, just quite ordinary. Up next is this store here called Rojak Bandung, and this shop sells a wide variety of rojak and porridge. Yes, porridge, Malay style porridge. And here is the menu item and all the different prices. So the first thing I ordered from this store, which cost me $4.50, is this bubur bandung. It comes together with this bowl of porridge and that small little plate of cuttlefish with kangkong. So first of all, the porridge. The porridge is normal porridge, Chinese style porridge, which is smooth. And then you have inside the porridge, you have crunchy peanuts, you have some preserved vegetable, you have some dried fried shallots, you have some coriander leaves, and everything together gives it a very nice fragrance to eat and taste when you bite into the ingredients. But the interesting thing here is this sauce. This sauce here, I think is some kind of maybe sambal or prawn paste together with maybe dark soya sauce or ketchup manis. But this sauce brings this porridge into another level, something totally different than nothing you expect from porridge, especially Chinese porridge. It makes it super spicy and brings the porridge into another level of taste. Very delicious and something different that you haven't tasted before. It's spicy, it's a bit sweetish, but mostly spicy. Then you also have this cuttlefish with kangkong together with some kind of sauce, which is also super spicy. The cuttlefish done very nice and soft, and then you have the kangkong, slightly crunchy, but the sauce itself, super delicious. The sauce here for both the porridge and the cuttlefish is super spicy, but somehow it gives you a very nice burn on your tongue, which is a very pleasurable burn and of deliciousness. And if you're walking around this food center, you will notice this shop here called Hong Kong Yummy Soup, because there's always a queue for this stall. One of the reasons is people who order here order takeaway and order takeaway in big numbers. And here is the menu, and if you look through the menu, you'll notice they sell the usual stuff, which is like pork ribs and lotus root or pork ribs with winter melon. But also something different here, they also have chicken feet, they also have a mushroom with pork ribs, and this thing called cordyceps flowers with chicken soup. So they do have slightly different soups that you can order from here. And what I ordered here is the cordyceps flower with chicken, the soup. This soup cost me $4.50, and it comes with a big drumstick, as you can see, sticking out from the soup. And then you have the cordyceps flower and also some more ingredients in the soup. The cordyceps flower is actually a traditional Chinese herb, which from Chinese, if you translate it to English, it means worm grass flower. But it's actually not a flower, nor it is a grass, or even a worm. It's actually a kind of fungus, and it's supposed to be good for boosting energy and supporting immunity. When you first taste the soup, first of all, you'll be surprised by the deep taste that you get from the soup. Then the soup is slightly herbally with chicken flavor, because it's cooked together with the chicken meat and bones. And then it's a bit fruity, sweetish, and savory at the same time, but totally delicious. And if you're here, you should try this soup because not many places you can get this soup. As we are walking around, we saw another shop here called Mohamed Raihan. And here is the dishes they sell, and here are the prices. So they sell the normal noodles, rice, but what we're getting from here is this dish called mee kuah, which costs $4. First thing is, for any good mee kuah, what must be really good, the important part of the mee kuah is the kuah, or the sauce, or the gravy, or the soup you see here together with the noodles. You need to have a good gravy for there to be a good mee kuah. And here, the mee kuah, the kuah itself, the gravy, it's thick. Even though it's reddish, it's rich, it's spicy, it's savory, it's meaty, and the sauce actually penetrates into all the ingredients, like the noodles, the meat, soaks up all the flavor. Very good. Even the egg, when you eat the eggs together with the sauce and everything, it goes all so well together because of the good kuah or the gravy. And so that was the last dish that we covered here at Ayer Rajah Food Centre. I hope you enjoyed the good, delicious food adventure that we had here at this very good food centre, which you have to visit because it's really good, and I'm telling you so. And lastly, but not the end, the thing that you must do first of all is to first of all like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do, and also get all your relatives, friends, and acquaintances to do the same. It's for their own good. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you will have to do is to join me for my next food adventure. See you then. Bye bye.